Look what I can do with my claws. Hello, it's Thursday, and this week I'm going to show you how to make our lobster. All right, let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about tools and materials. So to make our crabby friend here, you are going to need 8-ply 100% acrylic yarn. Now I'm using 4 Seasons Marvel, and you'll need it in 2 different colors. So you're going to need a main lobster color, and you're going to need an accent color. So that's what we're using to add these little details. You're also going to need your 3.5mm hook, pins and needles, scissors, a pair of 21mm safety eyes, and some stuffing, but that's it. Okay, so the first piece we're going to make is the head. So the head is worked from the tip of the nose down to this line in the body, because we actually make the tail as a separate piece, and it's worked in a continuous spiral. So grab your red, and we're going to make that now. So that's the end of row 9. You'll see that we've worked up this strange, I don't know what words I can get away with saying on YouTube yet, but let's call it a nub. Let's call it a nubbin. And so you should have 36 stitches around. What we're going to do for row 10 is we're going to work in the back post. So that is when we work a stitch around the post instead of through the loops. So we'll be inserting our hook from the back to the back, and then pulling up a loop the way we normally would, and completing the stitch. And we're going to work 36 of those in total around the edge of our head. Just like that. So you'll see that we now have this lovely hard edge around that part of the head. So after that row of back post, we are going to swap back to working in the loops. Now, that tends to be the most common place for you to find an extra stitch or lose a stitch in your round. So what I suggest you do is, after you've completed your row of back post, count backwards from your hook to identify where your first stitch should be. And for me, it is this one here. So it looks like it potentially could have been there, but I counted backwards from my hook, and this is the 36th stitch. So that is where I'm going to start my next row. So I would encourage you to do that whenever you finish a back post row. There are a few of them, particularly in the tail. That'll just help you if you're finding that you don't have the right stitch counts in your row. So that's the end of row 10. So from here on out, we're just going to continue working up the bulk of this body piece. So there is our little head piece. So we're going to pop that to one side for a moment, and we are going to make the tail section. So the tail section, we actually start at this end and we work our way back towards the head. We're going to be using several back post rows to help create these nice little sections, so be prepared for those. But otherwise, grab your red, and we're going to make that now. And there is our tail. So those 2 pieces will fit together, with the tail tucked just inside the rim of the headpiece, like so. So I'm going to pop both of those to one side now. Okay, so we're going to stop and do a little bit of assembly before we continue on. So we're going to attach our 2 body pieces together. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to insert my eyes. So I'm going to count 7 rows back from the start, and our eyes go into that row. So where we finished off, and the 8 or so stitches before it, this makes up the underside of the lobster. So we put our first eye in 7 stitches back on one side, and then on the other side here, again 7 rows back, we put our second eye. Just there like that. Check to make sure that yours look nice and even for you. And if you're happy, clip on your backs. Okay, and now we're going to stuff the head. And you really want to make sure that that stuffing gets all the way down to into the nose. And while you do want it stuffed quite firmly, be careful not to overstuff. Now we are going to stuff the tail piece, just like that. And lining up our two finishing points, you're going to basically insert the tail piece inside the head piece so that you can still, like it is only sort of just inside, we're just tucking the very edge of that in. You should be able to see at least one full row of stitches, but possibly even 2 full rows of stitches before your first row of back post on the tail. I'm going to just pin that in place there. There you go. So there is the start of your little crustacean. Right, so before we go any further, I'm going to take a needle and some yarn and I'm going to stitch this in place. But what I'm going to be very careful not to do is we want this pronounced ridge to stay a pronounced ridge. So the way I'm going to sew it on is I'm going to work through just this row of gaps. So we're not going to touch the loops at all. We're going to work in and out through these gaps, making sure that we pick up the tail layer as well. And just weave in your ends so that you're nice and neat. So there we go. So now we're going to add a few little details to him. Okay, so for this step, you're going to need some of your accent color on a needle, as well as more of it and your hook. First up, we're going to add the little Y bend to his back. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is just behind one of his eyes, I'm going to thread my needle through and over, just as a little locking stitch. And I'm going to drape this across his head majestically, for he is a majestic lobster, and lock it in place behind the other eye. Don't pull it too tightly. You're going to want a little bit of give to it. See how I can just move it around a little bit. Then I'm going to thread my needle through the body and out through the center back. And do not be fooled by my editing. It probably took me a minute or so to get it out the right spot. And what I'm going to do is loop around. I'm going to just loop around that first strand that we put in place and pull it down, and that's how we get that nice Y shape first of all. And then see how I'm spiraled around it? I am now going to lock it in place with another little stitch right underneath that where that little Y point is. Now you can of course do this in a different way. I recognize that I am by no means an expert at sewing on details, but this is how I'm decorating my lobster. Then you can just thread your needle, not noodle, you can thread your needle back through the body of the lobster and just out at any arbitrary point, because we're going to just trim it off. And we do that so that it can't just be unpicked really easily. Trim that off. And we're going to tuck this end in. My camera is hating this color. Like, it will not pick up this red properly, regardless of what I'm trying to do, but we are doing our best. So there is your little detail on top. So now what we need to do is, pulling in our demo lobster, is add these little bands to his tail on the way down. And we're going to do that with our hook. Use my octo. So attach your yarn to your hook with a slip knot. And what we're going to do is count 3 stitches to the right of where this sort of midpoint is. So 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to insert my hook through both loops of one of the stitches along that ridge. And I'm going to slip stitch into it. Just like that. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the next 5 stitches across. So that's what that ends up looking like. Then I'm basically going to finish that off. So we're going to do that technique at every row of back post down this tail, so there's 4 more. We're going to keep it centered each time. So use this first one here to help you position where you want to start. So taking our center point and running it down to the next row of back post. On this one here, we're going to count 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That will be where our first stitch goes. And we're going to do 8 across. We want this one here to be a little bit wider. And finish off. So that's our next band down. So we're going to continue that down. So the next one is going to have 6 stitches across, centered once again, and then a 4 and a 4. Do make sure that you're working with your piece so that the head is facing away from you. If you do them up the other way, the thick part of your stripe will end up on the other side of the tail, and we do want it on the underside. So we're going to just do those now. We're detailing out our lobster, we're pimping our crab. So myself and my brain's just going doop 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 doop, busty crustacean. Okay, so now that we've done that, we are going to weave in all of these loose ends. So now our darling little caterpillar, lobster caterpillar, needs some legs. So we are going to make him 6 legs and 2 claws. That's what we're going to do now. Okay, so as you can see, we have made a number of pieces here now. So we've made 6 legs, and we've made all 3 pieces that we're going to need to make each of the claws. So now we are going to assemble all of this. So we'll pop the legs to one side for a moment, and we're going to grab our first big claw piece, and we're going to grab one of the little claw pieces too. The little claw pieces get attached to the big claw pieces as an almost thumb-like appendage. So if you think of it like this, then that will go there. And that is the same for both of them. And then we have our arms. Now we have not stuffed these at all. We want them to sit really flat against the body, so we're not stuffing them. And each arm gets attached to a claw. And what you do is you line it up so that the tip of that big claw piece is in a straight line with where we're attaching the arm. Just like that. And repeating the same thing for the second arm. So now what we're going to do is we are just going to sew the thumb onto the claw and the claw onto the arm for both pieces. Here we go, just like that. Now we have a pair of claws, and we have our 6 little French fry legs, and we've got our body. So I'm going to start assembling on the actual lobster now. So to help you position the arms, we have these 2 ridges, right? So we've got the one at the front of the head and then the one at the back of that first body carapace section. And the shoulder attaches 2 rows from the back. The arm should just brush the underneath of that eye, and the thumb should be pointing upwards. That on that side, and this one here gets attached in the same place on the other side. And then we have our legs. So 3 go on each side, with the first one lining up directly with that shoulder, and then the other 2 lining up directly behind it. The open side goes against the body, and there is no stuffing in any of them. You should squeeze them all up so that all 3 of them attach in those first 2 tail segments, and that there is nothing attached to the back 3. So now we're going to sew those pieces on. So now all we're missing is the little frilly bits for the tail. So we make 3 of these and then we sew them on in a little fan. So that's what we're going to make now. Row 1, row 2, then we chain 1 and turn and work 2 single crochet, chain 1 and turn and work 2 single crochet, and then we finish off. So that's the inner bit of the fan. And now we need to grab our accent colour. We're going to attach that to our hook with a slip knot again. And we're going to work a row of the accent colour around the outside. Exact stitch counts don't matter particularly, like a lot, but here is what I'm going to do. So we've got the place where we finished off, and working into the side of that stitch, we're going to attach our yarn. Now you can slip stitch, chain 1 and then single crochet. I've just used a standing single crochet there. And I'm going to work 5 more stitches up the side. And note that I'm working over the top of those tails because it makes it really easy to tuck them in, and then going to work an increase, a single crochet, then another increase, and then 6 single crochet down the other side. And finish off. Now, if at any point your tails poke out from underneath those stitches, just trim them off. So there we go. So that is the first fan piece, and now you need to make 2 more. So now all we have to do is attach them to our little lobster butt. So they're all exactly the same, so grab any one of them. And flipping our cross station over, so he is on his back, we are going to center the first piece. And I'm going to just flip it over to check what that looks like. And then I'm going to stitch that on. Now if he starts getting sassy with you at this point, make sure you just give him a good swat on the nose. It's best to sort of confirm who's boss early in this particular relationship. Okay, take the pins out. We're going to tuck our tails in. And now we're going to attach our left piece. And the way I'm going to do that is the top corner of this piece is going to line up with the tip of the tail. And then the bottom corner will run down the side. And same thing on the other side with the top corner lining up with the tip of the tail. And just check you like what it looks like from above. I'm really happy with that. And now we are just going to stitch those last 2 pieces on. Now don't be afraid to put a couple of stitches in to hold the tail pieces together either. So I'm just going to stitch those 2 pieces together now. And there is our finished lobster. Okay, so that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like a written version of this pattern, it has been sent out to my patrons and it will be available in my store. I have bundled it up with the other ocean critters, so if you wanted to get all 3 at once, you'll get a bit of a discount. But as usual, like if you liked it, comment if you have something to say, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye. Yeah, what's the difference between a dirty bus stop and a lobster with fake boobs? One's a crusty bus station and the other's a busty crust station. Yeah.